And no, this isn't MD Muscle Talk. This is Serious and Silliness Bodybuilding, but I got the MD crew with me. So let's go around the bend. We got the legend Jason Arntz. We got Big Daddy Bo Lewis. We got Milos 2.0, Danny Broadhurst. And we have a special guest, the possible future winner of the Masters, Mr. O, Phil Clahar.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, Phil? Yeah, look,
Phil,
when I saw the...
from?
Good.
Phil, where are you from?
I'm originally from Jamaica.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
No accent at all, huh?
I can talk the accent if you want to talk to it.
How old were you when you came over?
Three.
Oh, okay.
Where do you live now?
Florida.
Ooh, what part?
Tampa.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
You've always been there since Jamaica or anywhere else?
Nah, when I came from Jamaica, I was raised in Jersey. So I'm originally from Jersey. I moved here in 2008. Yeah.
Really?
What part of Jersey?
Did I like it?
No, what part of Jersey?
Oh, like Bristol, New Jersey. So like about 45 minutes from like Philly.
Yeah, I know where it is. My father-in-law lives by Princeton Junction.
Okay.
Isn't Johnny Jackson from around that area?
Nick Walker's from Jersey, and I think
Johnny originally from Jersey.
He's from Jersey.
Who was that, Phil?
The Giant Killer. He's from Jersey. He just moved to Texas.
Yeah, no, he's from Jersey. Yeah, I live in Jersey too. I grew up in New York, but I live in Jersey too. But no, yeah, Johnny Jackson's originally from Jersey, and then I think after was he in the military, and then he went to Texas. Yeah, he was in the. Then he went in the, something like that.
Someone just moved to Texas too, then.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Clarito moved to Texas. That's
right. He just moved there.
Yeah. Everybody's moving to Texas or Florida, man. Everybody's got to get away from the Jersey and New York, apparently, and L.A. You got it
from here. Yeah, they're all moving.
Yeah, they're all leaving. Well, do you blame them? I mean, Jesus, the taxes are up the ass. The crime is going through the roof, and nobody's doing anything about it. So, anyway, all right, we're gonna do a preview. We're gonna do a breakdown of New York Pro. But before we do that, I want
things aren't so perfect in Texas either, John. Let's not.
Really?
Let's not just shit all over Jersey.
Oh, they had the shooting. Yeah.
Shootings and
the
abortion and whatever, all that other shit. Voting rights, it's a lot going on out there.
All right, but I'd rather be in Texas. The weather's nice, and when the weather is hot, women wear less clothing. So, thank you.
Points.
Thank you.
All good points.
But Phil, you're 56 years old.
Who the hell said that?
Google.
No, I'm 48 years old.
48? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, that killed all my old jokes I was going to throw at you. Forget it.
Yeah, June 15th, I turned 49.
I swear to God, I looked it up and it said 56. All right, never mind. All right, good. 48. So you're a year older than me. So on the Masters, your name is there. Kamal. Who else? Who are the big names?
Max Charles.
Max Charles. Right, those are the three big ones, basically.
Those are the most recent, most relevant.
Those are probably the three. Open.
I had heard Victor was debating on doing it. Now he's not going to, but when it first was talked about and was circulating that he was debating on doing it. That would have been pretty cool.
Yeah, it would have been pretty cool. But when was the last time he competed?
Well, a lot of these guys probably haven't competed in a while, but he still looks good.
I don't know. I haven't seen him. I saw him with a t-shirt on. His upper body looks good. I have not seen his legs. Yeah. But even if he did do it, like guys like Phil and guys like Kamal, like they're still in the mix.
Oh, they're recently retired.
Yeah, they're not. Phil's still in the mix. Phil's still in breaking top 3 against big names like Ian Valier and Kuklo. By the way, do you think you should have beat Valier that year? I'm not putting you on the spot or anything, Phil.
Me and Ian is in a good place, so no comment. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah. We're in a good place. We're not bickering anymore.
No,
that was terrible.
We both know. I mean, at the end of the day, deep down in the hearts of hearts, I mean, everybody really knows the true aspect. But he won, and that's just it, and we just leave it there.
It's like the Apollo Creed thing, what he says to his trainer after the first fight, and he goes, "He won, but he didn't beat me, but I didn't beat him." Whatever.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. So, what do you think, Phil? Who do you think your toughest opponent's going to be in the
Honestly,
Masters.
like I was explaining to Giles, honestly, listen, I don't underestimate anybody at the end of the day. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
When I was up and coming and my name wasn't relevant, I mean, everybody was just making their predictions, but you can have a dark horse come from anywhere. It's whoever comes on, whoever's off is off. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I think everybody has a possibility to step up. I know I'm going to bring my best. That's why I decided to do a show 7 weeks prior. So this way, because I get better as I go on. So
Yeah.
that's what I wanted to do to Orlando. So this way I could take a little break and go right in there at my best and, try to battle, Kamal and Max Charles and whomever else shows up and want to get some of the some of the tank.
Yeah, right. I don't, but let's say you do Orlando and you win. Are you going to do the Olympia and the Masters Olympia?
Yeah, I mean, with the game plan we got together, Blue Taylor's my coach. So the game plan we got together, I originally was going to do Puerto Rico, but that got canceled. So it was going to be Puerto Rico and Orlando. That was just going to be the two shows prior to doing the Masters because I was already in the talks of the Masters prior before the list even came out. So Puerto Rico got canceled. So then we were going to focus on Orlando and possibly Chicago. But when we sat down and looked at it, winning in Orlando and then moving on to the Master Olympia and then possibly have to go to the Olympia, that's 3 shows. I normally tap out at 3 shows. I try not to push it any more than that. So if I expect to be at my best and stay very healthy, I got to play the smart game. So Orlando, and then the Master Olympia, and I'm very hopeful. I'll make it to the Olympia this year. I'm very hopeful.
Yeah, well, you got a good chance as anybody winning an open show. That's for sure. I mean, you always bring, especially from the back. From the back, it's like lights out. But
well, I did the necessary things the judges asked me to do. They wanted me to bring up my hamstrings from the back shot. They claimed that the reason why I got beat in Texas, this was the reason they gave me, was my hamstrings from the back didn't really match up well with my back, my upper body.
really?
Yeah, I think that's whatever excuse they want to give me at the time. But we improved. We definitely improved this year. We're bringing up the hamstrings. I didn't really need to bring up my back, but that got much, much bigger and much better.
Really?
Quad sweep is better. Like I was telling Giles Sunday, I feel so good and in a good place now compared to when I first started competing and got my pro card. All the shows I've done, I wasn't honestly 100% health wise, but this is probably the best off season I had all year. And right now, comparing the pictures to last year, 8 weeks out from the Orlando to 8 weeks out now, it's like a 60% difference
Wow.
in leanness and much more size. So I just count my blessings, take it one day at a time. But we all know you can look great before a show. You have to show up on show day and be at your best. So
Right. And how long you got before Orlando?
Saturday it'd be 7 weeks.
All right, nice. All right, now I'm looking forward to it, man, because you would that much better is pretty damn impressive. All right, let's jump into the New York Pro. So Carlos is out, which that's got to be killing him because he shut everything down to prep for that show. He didn't come on. Carlos is a regular on our podcast, Phil. And
yeah, I know he is.
Oh, okay. And he didn't come on for like 4 weeks because he wanted to prep for the show. And then he even shut his Instagram down because he wanted no distractions from the show. And then he gets sick. That's got to be killing him. And like, as soon as I heard, I messaged him and, said, well, what happened, and of course I gave him some words of, uplifting words. Like, you'll be fine, man, it's a matter of time. It'll all work out, blah, blah, blah. But because he was really looking forward to, blowing everybody away and doing his pro debut.
Yeah.
But besides him, there were rumors floating around that Sergio might do New York. It doesn't seem likely. Nobody's.
No, he ain't doing it.
Yeah, it doesn't seem. Yeah, okay, he's not doing it. Is Patrick Moore doing it? Because that was also floating around.
That's a possibility.
Because then the only guys we have after that is Eric Wood, right? Then we got Gabriel. Yeah, well, Stu's doing it. Yeah, Gabriel Caripi. I can't remember his name. Joe Seaman, right? Joe Seaman, Brent Swanson, Nate
Nate's
Spear.
looking good, dude.
Man, Nate.
Yeah,
I did a whole
right there.
I did a whole video on him. Nate, stew, beef stew, and possibly Patrick Moore.
Tonio doing.
Who?
Tonio.
He's
Burton.
doing the New York Pro. Oh shit! I thought he was doing the Cali.
Wow.
That,
Yeah, I
that
He
didn't know
doing
that.
both. He doing both.
well, that throws a monkey wrench into the mix, doesn't it? Shit! Wow. Because if he's doing it, it kind of sucks for everybody else.
Yeah.
Okay, Antonio Burton. So Antonio.
He said,
I think
New
it's
York
just
Pro.
Antonio. I think it's Antonio.
Oh, it's just Tonio. Sorry, it's the Italian coming out in me. Tonio. Sorry.
Yeah.
Tonio Burton. Okay, well, we're gonna have to look at what these guys look like. If Tonio's doing it, man, because I was just thinking it's gonna be between Nate and what's his name? And Stu. You know, but now Tonio's doing it. That's a dangerous bodybuilder right there, son. All right. Let's we'll pull up the guys and see what they look like. And then okay, I'm gonna share the sound. All right. Oh, look at that. Hey Phil, look at this. That is one nice.
When the fuck did you get that?
Well, that's my bike. I just had it all
No,
customized.
I know, but when did you put on the
what?
logo on your
This last year. I did that last year.
really?
Yeah. This is the best. This is the best one. Look. Which bike is yours? The one that says "bad motherfucker" on it.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Yeah, that's good.
Thanks, bro. Cost me a fortune, but that's all
Okay.
right. Tonio.
Just looking at all his search results.
What happened? What's wrong with my search results? Well, what's wrong with
Clear all.
That's all.
yeah.
I'm
They
finna
all
look that
have,
up.
OnlyFans pages.
Yeah. All right. To be fair, now I got to explain to Phil why I have all these disgusting women on my channel, right? Phil, I have two other YouTube channels. One's called they're all Serious and Silliness. One's called Serious and Silliness Bodybuilding, which you're going to be on. One's called Serious and Silliness Outcasts, and one's called Serious and Silliness Guy Talk. So sometimes I interview porno chicks and OnlyFans girls on or Outcasts, and if they have good senses of humor, I do reaction videos on Guy Talk with them with comedians and stuff. But since they're on YouTube, I generally pick the ones with that are well endowed in the front, because if you got a big butt, does me no good on YouTube. Nobody wants to see it. You can't see it. So and when they laugh, things bounce. So it's a lot. These are things you got to think about when you have a YouTube channel, Phil.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure out how Nick Jilly got canceled off of YouTube.
You know what? I honestly, I don't know. The rumors float around that somebody actually complained to YouTube, and the
They
best.
probably reported him.
Yeah, but the thing is,
does anybody know what about though?
If you no, look, if you get enough reports, like even in video games, like if you get enough reports, they'll ban you for anything, just for no reason,
Oh.
just because
Yeah.
you have enough reports build up.
and he did, from what I understand, he did have a YouTube channel before this one that actually got
banned. Yeah,
got banned.
Oh
So
shit, really?
technically, you're not supposed to be on YouTube ever again. So if he went on with somebody else's name, like his father's name or his friend's name or his girlfriend's name, or whatever.
Yeah.
And
that's
somebody
definitely what it is. Yeah, because I
If-
remember that old one. He used to give out like injection site protocols. And
Yeah,
stuff
dude,
like
I remember that.
Yeah. So that probably had something to do with it.
Do you remember he
So-
was selling that
Yeah,
hyaluronic acid, dude?
Oh,
It was
yeah,
like
that's
that.
right.
As
It
a
was
site
like-
enhancement.
Yeah, but it was powdered.
God
It was-
bless him.
It was powdered.
I totally
bless
forgot about
him.
that. And then he got into some kind of beef with Dave from RX, right? On that
Dude, he
over
was
that.
selling it as an inflammatory, type of substance, similar to.
It was
Um,
metaform, but it's powdered. It's powdered metaform, basically.
Is that
Right,
what
so-
it was?
Apparently, it didn't work. Yeah, it was.
No, it didn't. I knew,
it was-
dude. I knew people that ordered it.
It was supposedly powdered hyaluronic acid, but I don't It wasn't real.
All right, so
he was selling it
explain
like
what
as if
that
it was
is.
a cycling.
Explain what that is.
Hyaluronic acid is the stuff that women put in their lips.
No,
Jupiter.
I know. No, he was selling it as if it
No, I
was a
know that, but-
cycling.
Yeah, John was asking.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
I'm
was
sorry.
selling
like
it. He was selling it as if it was a what?
It's cycling.
Aceclin. Yeah, it's a muscle inflammatory.
It's an inflammatory substance you put in, and before it's a water-based inflammatory compound, and
Can't
they
even
use it
get
as a pre-surgery to bring blood to certain areas,
Mhm.
and inflames the muscle and makes it look bigger while you're on stage. It's temporary.
They
Okay.
can't get that anymore.
It was European. I don't think it was ever available in the States.
Yeah, you can't. I don't. The only thing you can get still, I think, is Nolatil,
Right.
but you can't get Aceclin.
Not anymore, no.
All right. And you have to and he was I'm sorry. So is it similar to
Like synthol.
Pump and Pose?
No.
Yeah, synthol.
Yes and no. Pump and Pose is an oil base which has ligament glue in it, which is supposed to bond to the muscles, which actually suffocates them and destroys the
Yeah,
cells.
it's bad.
It's fucking horrible, dude.
really?
A cycling did less damage than
And you just have to use it
synthol.
once.
What?
You just have to use it once. You know,
Yeah,
you just use it the night before, but
Night before, morning of, and you're good for a couple hours. You're
with
good
Metaform, you got to use it, for weeks. Or
So
hyaluronic
he was selling a powder form. How does it normally come?
It normally comes in. It's a water based. So it's synthol is a lot more damaging. The hyaluronic acid comes in a water based.
Mhm. And he was selling a powder, which means you have to add the water.
You just had to mix it with.
Well, Danny, I thought he was selling a liquid. The guys that I knew ordered from him, it came in liquid form.
Oh, did it? Oh,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah, but it was small bottles or something. There was
I
something.
think they were 10 cc or 30 cc
yeah, just
bottles.
10 milliliter. Yeah.
Something like that.
And does it actually work? Is it like a sight enhancement or no?
No.
Oh.
I heard his didn't work at all, but Metaform works.
Well, dude, there's guys I know that are, like the stuff they put in their lips. It's like a lip filler.
Yeah, Jupiter.
Jesus.
Yeah. Don't they have hyaluronic acid for that also?
Yeah. The
So-
Metaform works. Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah. Actually,
So he was selling it like that.
20, you get 20% off.
Are you
Cool.
serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. Yeah.
Phil,
It
Phil,
works,
you see
yeah.
why I have these guys on? Because I don't know half of this crap. I don't know.
I don't either. I'm
No
I'm
clue.
documented in my brain here.
Yeah, between Jay and Danny, they're like my brains for me. I just give them a platform to them to show their intelligence. All right, Tony O Burton. If he's doing the New York Pro, unfortunately, everybody's screwed. If that's the case, as far as I'm concerned, because this guy doesn't really have any flaws. I mean,
And he added size. He added more size on.
and that yeah. Come on, man.
What's he weigh? What's his normal competition weight? Anybody
I
know?
have no idea. This
Oh,
was
like
three.
220.
This was
220.
3 days ago,
He's real
apparently.
short.
Well, when he
Was he a 212 guy? I don't know much about
He
him.
was.
when we was at the what it was, I think it was the Livia. And no, it was Livia, California, Chicago. One of them, he was like 230.
No shit.
Maybe that's right. Yeah.
Wow.
I
Yeah,
guess
he was like 230 then.
Yeah.
You know who was impressive besides Tonio is Eric Wood.
Yeah, he added size too.
He looks impressive. Let's see right here. I mean, that back is like it's almost like a Phil Clahar back. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I think Joe would beat him, but that's just my opinion.
Who's Joe?
Joe Seaman.
Seaman.
Yeah.
This guy's pretty impressive. What do you think, Phil?
He looks good. I mean, how tall is he?
I have no idea, man. I've never seen.
I
I've
think
never.
he's like 5'10", I think.
10,
Yeah.
5'11", yeah.
He has very, very good condition.
Yeah, he's chiseled. His legs are a little bit undersized, but good enough, right?
Yeah.
You know, good enough. I mean, he's pretty impressive. I don't know what that is. Yeah. Oh, this had to be a few weeks ago. This was 2 weeks ago.
I think he's
All
gonna
right.
get outsized.
And then Joe Seaman.
Hmm.
Let's see.
Nice, spell
Right
Yeah,
here. That's how you spell it, dude.
it. It is. You're right.
Yeah, I know. Is this him?
yeah, he's big, dude.
Yeah,
He's
he's a big
big.
boy, dude.
This was a
Big.
day. This was a day ago.
278 pounds. It says that's crazy.
If that was a day ago, though.
He always has good conditioning.
Does he really? You know what? You got to see these guys on stage together.
He just doesn't have the greatest shape.
That's what I was gonna ask about his waist.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. I see what
Yeah.
you're saying.
doesn't have the greatest shape, but
Yeah, I see what you're saying. He is a big boy, that's for sure. But I don't know.
Wait, 9 days out? What's today? Wednesday?
It's a week from Saturday, right? Yeah,
10
it's a
days
week
out?
it's a week from Saturday, yeah.
This was how long ago was this?
All right, this was 3 weeks out on the left in 2022, and this is 3.5 weeks out on the right in 2023. So did he do the New York Pro last year? I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know.
I like
he's
his beard. I like his beard better in 2022. I gotta say,
Yeah, he
it's
looks
just
like
cleaner. It's edged. You know, he went for a more refined look. You gotta hand it to him.
I bet you in the left one he was single, on the right one he's fucking got a girl now.
Yeah, I know how it go.
All right. We did Seaman, we did Antonio Burton, we did Eric Wood. Let's see what beef stew looks like, man. There we go. We had beef stew on. Oh, he's got the same pictures up, right? We had beef stew on. The only thing that concerns me about Stu is his back. Not so much. What?
Yeah.
Hair.
No, nah. Keep the hair. It kind of makes him stick out. But yeah, his back is a little bit concerning to me.
Yeah, but you know what, dude?
Just
So-
compared to those other two guys that we just saw.
So
Ooh.
the other guy, who's the first guy you showed?
Antonio,
Antonio?
Not Tony. After him, sorry,
Eric Wood.
Wood. So he's got a decent back, but there's a lot of structural flaws with him.
Yeah.
Or with Stu, he's more structurally sound. So this will show better on stage.
Yeah, I agree.
What do you
Even
think,
though his
Phil?
back might be weaker.
No, I honestly, I mean, I was just talking to Blue because we have the same coach, and I told him like once Stu's back develop. I mean, he's still young.
Yeah, he's
So-
only 26. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the improvements he's made from last year is remarkable.
Yeah.
And he didn't really have a long off season either. He really didn't have much of an off season. So with the adjustments he made is very impressive. But yeah, once he brings up his back, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. But yeah,
I
that's the only
agree.
thing I totally see the back thing. So, but I don't think that's going to hurt him too much. I think this show is going to be more competitive than everybody thinks.
I think so too. Yeah.
You know what I mean? We could always have like the front runners, and then you just get completely shocked because remember, the judges are in a whole different direction now. If you looked at the Arnold and the Olympia, so you know they're looking for this more structure pleasing flow, aesthetics. You know that small waist. They're looking for it all. So it just depends who shows up. I mean that Brett guy, he's going to be probably the most conditioned in the whole show.
Yeah, we're gonna.
he is.
Yeah, I mean he looks ridiculously peeled. He's just
All right.
structurally isn't that great.
All right, let's see. What's his name? Brent.
Brent
Swanson, I think?
Swanson.
Yeah.
Yep. And he is
That-
peeled.
Is that the guy
Yeah.
with the big? Is that the guy with the big head?
He's
Yeah,
diabetic too.
he's ridiculously shredded.
He's diabetic too.
Is he really?
Yeah. He's always
How old is
peeled.
he?
He Chad works with him.
Do you know his
Really?
age?
Oh, I don't know.
I
He
don't
he
know.
tried to turn pro for a real long time.
Yeah, I don't think he's
Go back
young.
to
I
that
don't think
video,
he's
John.
old.
This one.
No, the one you just showed. Him training.
All right.
Yeah, let me see something. Go back
Oh.
to that. This is
Ryder? I don't know. Ryder? R-Y.
yeah, something I don't know.
I don't know. Well, what are you trying to look at?
His rib cage, his torso. It has a off-putting look here, but he's got some good detail, man.
Yeah, structurally, he's not that great, but the conditioning, he's and I think he's going to place well just from that level of conditioning. But
His fucking legs are good.
Yeah, his legs are monstrous.
His hamstrings look.
Yeah,
Got some cords there, dude.
absolutely. Yeah. Now the conditioning and the size, but yeah, it looks like Phil's right. He's got a big ass head. That is a big. Look at the size of that head. Sorry, man. I'm just,
no, I think he actually makes fun of his own head.
Really?
Because I follow him on Facebook. He said all through his life he's been picked on, but he's used to it, so he'll make fun of himself sometimes. So.
Well, I'll make fun of him now, but at the New York Pro, I won't say anything about his head. Not fun. I'll let Bo do that. I ain't doing that. He gets all ones for a big ass head. Okay, so who we go looking at next? That was Brent Swanson, Gabriel. Here we go. All right, I'm assuming that's him, right? Oh, he's no. Oh, he's kissing his girlfriend. How nice. All right, I guess he doesn't have any. Is he doing the New York Pro? He's got no updated shots here. This was 6 weeks ago. I don't know. People are dropping out like flies. I don't know if this guy's doing it or not. He's supposed to be doing it. Go figure. How tall is he? Damn.
Not as tall as her.
Apparently.
He
Yeah.
looks short.
Yeah. This is 30 weeks ago. I don't know. I don't know if this guy. Usually they put up a lot of progress pics. You can't really see much about him. You can see with the show he won when he turned pro, but you really can't see much. All right, let's see what this is. This has got to be last year.
How long ago was this?
This was 8 weeks ago. It says the
Yeah.
post might be older, but it was the picture might be older, but it was put up 8 weeks ago. I don't know. I don't know. You know what? He's a question mark because it doesn't look like he's got a lot of progress picks up. Not 100% sure. So that's a question mark. We did Brent. All right, let's see Patrick. And we still don't know if he's doing it for sure, right?
Yeah.
Patrick is like one of those guys where, I was just saying he doesn't have any progress picks here. This was when we first looked him up a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I know he's supposed to be doing Cali for real.
Yeah, he's definitely doing. I think he's from there, right? Is he live out there?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done the Cali a couple times.
It's like Patrick is like kind of like
right there. Guess who's coming? See that?
Oh yeah, California Pro, yeah, right there.
Yeah. So he ain't said nothing about the New York though.
Yeah, and this was it says 1 week ago.
Yeah.
I don't know. Patrick is like he's a coin flip. Sometimes he comes on stage and you're blown away from his shape and his conditioning and his muscles pop. And then sometimes he comes on stage and you're like, what happened? Now I know the last one at the Arnold Classic, he didn't have much time to prep, right? There was a short prep for him. I forgot what we were talking about, but yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Phil? Because that what was it, 2020 Olympia or 2019 Olympia, where he came out and he basically blew everybody away. Not actually the competition, but everybody was not expecting that kind of bodybuilder when he walked out. It was like really impressive.
Yeah, but I think he was with Chris Aceto back then, though.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. You're right.
I mean, I saw him at the Arnold. He wasn't bad. He still got to bring up his legs, though.
Yeah.
But he's not bad. I mean, I think I only saw this guy once or twice in person. He doesn't. He's not really personable. So,
The quiet
so
dude.
well, I don't know if it's that or a little bit of arrogance. You know, I have no
Ah,
idea because I mean I meet a lot of pros and you know what I mean, and they're really cool. We all talk backstage, but I physically only competed against him once. It was like I think
mhm.
I want to say 3 years ago. It's when the New York was here in Florida, I think. Yeah, it
Yep,
was during the
that was
pandemic.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
2020 then.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 But
yeah. We was
yeah, with
in
Chris
140.
Casito, the conditioning he brings in is ridiculous. I really wasn't that fond of what he brought at the Arnold, but he still has to bring up his legs though. I think shoulder wise, width wise, of course, his waist is ridiculously
Yeah, his
small.
waist is so small. His
Big
shoulders,
chest,
yeah.
you know what I mean? But he has to bring up those legs. So my big thing is like he had to make improvements from I think a year before last. I just don't see the dramatic improvement though.
Yeah. You
You
think
know,
you think there's any, because he's got a small waist. You think there's a possibility of these guys not wanting to pack the food on because they're afraid to blow out their waist?
Hey, I'm gonna
that,
tell
that
you
could,
like
yeah, yeah,
down
yeah.
about them though.
Go ahead, Bo. Go ahead, Bo.
Some of them guys in open can't eat like that though. I know a lot of guys that's in the open that don't eat like you think they do though.
Yeah, I
No,
agree.
you're
I
right.
think that, yeah.
A lot of them are struggling with food. That's
Yeah.
100% right.
Well,
You
Danny
know what I
brought
mean?
up a good point what was it, 2 weeks ago, that these guys that struggle with food, they use the Pepto Pro, because that's what Milos likes to give Danny.
Yeah, yeah, I know Samson struggles with eating and just I mean I've struggled with eating too, and how I got up to 300 pounds was I'd just do 4 ounces of meat and I'd replace the rest with Pepto Pro, and then if you're only doing 4 ounces of meat, you can eat a ton of rice. I mean,
Right,
so yeah,
right.
yeah.
I don't know, but yeah. So Phil, going back to what we originally said, do you think that it's a possibility that these guys are afraid to pack on the food because of their waist? Because that's his go-to is his waist. His waist is so small.
You know, he could still. I mean, my opinion, he could still eat. I mean, I don't think the food necessarily, as long as your digestion is good and you're processing food fine. I mean, even at my age, like even Quentin was telling me he struggled with because me and him was really good friends, Quentin Beastwood, and he struggles with food too. Me, I don't. I mean,
Yeah,
I can eat. Even at my age, I thought my metabolism would slow down, but I could put away some food with no problem, especially in the off season. I just think that you have to be mindful of your waist in the off season. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Keeping that belt tight, you know what I mean, and doing all the necessary things, and not like a lot of these guys are pushing a lot of growth, and that's going to expand the waistline as well. You know.
hmm yeah. Bo doesn't have a problem with eating.
Nah.
Tell him what would you gain, like 17 pounds over a weekend, or what was it, 8, 9
2
pounds or
weeks.
something?
Yeah, in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah. I can't wait to see Clint compete, because he looks like he's made tremendous gains.
Oh yeah, Quentin. He's going to
Yeah.
be. I don't know if he's going to compete this year. I think he was probably thinking end of the year, but he might hold off until next year. But
Uh,
man, that kid, man, let me tell you something. I mean, we've been very close from day one. Well, like he went against me in Toronto, I think my second year of competing as a pro, and he wasn't even. He was pretty much natural at that show, and he was in the top five.
oh
You
wow.
know what I mean? So his work ethic and just his overall personality, he's a really cool guy. We always go back and forth on Instagram with jokes and stuff like that. He put in some work, so I'm really excited to see when he peels all that down. He's going to
Yeah.
be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, he how tall is he? Six
He's like
one?
6'2", 6'3". He's tall because I'm
Damn.
6 foot, and he still towers about 2 inches. He's about 6'2", something like that.
6'2" with that kind of size and shape. Oh, that's a nightmare for anybody else on stage. All right, let's see Nate Spear. Oh boy, Nate. Nate looks pretty damn good. He's shredded. He's got great symmetry and balance. He's he's gonna come in shredded. That's his, you know. Does he have the back and hamstrings to hang with the rest of the guys? I don't know. But his shape and his structure and his conditioning is definitely going to be probably the best, if not one of the best on stage. There's no question about that. That's his strong suit. Let's see. I don't know. What do you guys think? Come on, Jay, jump in there.
I think Nate lacks thigh sweep, which I think is the main cause of some of his placings. But he's placed well.
Yeah.
But that's something that if he spends a year, fixing.
He only did one pro show. He did Boston.
Even struggling to turn pro as an amateur,
that's true.
Taking second, not winning the class, shooting for the overall, like stuff like that. It's always been the lack of thigh sweep. And I've talked to him about this when I first met him, and I mentioned that to him. But Nate's a hard worker, dude. Nate will grind it out and put in the work. And his shape is good. He has good shape, and he actually has a small waist. He's not what Nate could do well. Nate could do very well if he just fixes a little bit of these little quirks, more or less, for lack of a better term, that would just give his overall silhouette a different look in some of the first call out poses that are crucial.
He's got no quit in him. You know what I mean? Like
his front double bicep there, a little more sweep to the upper outer quads, dude, and everything else is there.
Yeah, exactly. But his work ethic is insane. He has no quit in him. So every year, his amateur record shows that. I think he did 8 national level shows before he turned pro, and every year he came back better and better and better. And even this year, this is going to be a better package than he brought at the Boston Pro last year. There's no question about it. And I mean, like you said, he's got little minor things, but he could work on it. I don't know how old he is. I think he's mid-30s?
Mid-30s, I think, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, like, the guys like, Bo and Phil, the guys are competing into their 40s, so he still has plenty of time to build on it, So it's not like, it seems to be the athletes are competing longer and longer and longer. Kamal, I mean, obviously there was Dexter, but he was a freak of nature. So I think he's got I think he's going to do well. I think his presence on stage is better than on these pictures. Because if you look at his shots from when he won what did he win, the Nationals or North Americans? I forget. He came. Oh, right, he was behind Carlos. That's right. Right. I mean, that's pretty damn impressive right there.
Yeah, I honestly, no disrespect, I had him winning in the Nationals.
Yeah, that's
because
impressive.
That level of conditioning was it was insane.
Yeah. And if he brings this, because I think he was 251 when he weighed himself this morning. Yeah, he texted us. He was 251 this morning. That's pretty damn good, man. And that's his off-season shots. So basically, that's everybody. Now, I thought it was going to be I thought we were going to have a discussion on who's going to pull the win off. But if Tonio's doing it, I mean, unless something terrible happens, that's your winner.
Yeah, y'all know one thing, like we all know about the New York Pro.
They're like size.
Ass monster show, man.
They're like big dudes, yeah.
They like big dudes. It go crazy for them big dudes in New York.
Yeah. And Steve isn't judging because that's his show. And the reason why I say that is Steve Weinberger doesn't give a shit about the crowd. He doesn't give a shit about.
I don't care who you are.
He doesn't care.
That's why I love him when he judges. He's straight
that's
up.
it. He doesn't care about anything. If you deserve the win, you're going to get the win. If you deserve to come in fifth, you're going to come in fifth. That's really it. Where sometimes other judges it's questionable. You're like, really, Like I remember there was this one time, I believe it was at the Tampa Pro with Ian Valier, and I was like, really? They gave it to him? I thought the other guy should have won, but maybe that was me.
It's crazy. It was supposed to. It was actually, because it's crazy. I never really told a lot of people like the behind the scene thing, but you know what I mean. At that prejudging, he was being beat. He came back slightly better at the night show, but he was very concerned, and I think he knew or believed he got beat.
Yeah.
Steve basically told me, he said, "Don't change anything." He
Right.
said, "Don't go do anything crazy. What you brought in prejudging, don't change anything." And that's to me saying, just come and do your thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then when the last call happened, it was really, really shocking. It was really shocking. Now, granted, Texas, he came back better at Texas.
Oh,
You know what I
definitely.
mean? I think it was really no disrespect to Kuklos, because he's a great guy, but I think he pushed food to come in bigger, and he messed up because he was looking completely peeled prior to the Texas. But I think once he saw me and Ian coming, I think he started filling up too much. But
Could
I
be.
thought that was another me and Ian show as well, but it just didn't turn out that well. And I came in even harder and much more grainier that show, and I came in probably 3 pounds lighter. You know
Mm.
what I mean? But for some reason, they liked the Tampa look. They didn't like the Texas look. So
Yeah, I don't know. Ian Valier to me is like he's one of those guys where when he comes out, and obviously I've never saw him in person, never saw him compete in person, but this is just my opinion. When he comes out, he doesn't have that wow factor. But then when he starts posing, he kind of squeezes by on every pose. It's more like, okay, he's got that shot. He's got that shot. He's got that shot. It's like, oh shit, this guy could win it. Like when he pulls off his side tricep and his waist disappears.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's his best shot.
You know what I mean? It's like, where the fuck did that come from? I think that seems to be the type of bodybuilder he is to me. When he starts posing, he starts getting better and better and better. What do you think, Danny?
Yeah, I mean, he's big and freaky, and his waist is small. So
What do you think, Bo? Do you think if that's accurate or?
Yeah, I actually seen this show. I was at this show. I was
all right.
Well, Temple, when they did this show, I seen him and Phil at the show, and they both look good. Ian got that look to where, like you said, he'll disappear on you. But once he disappears, you see him again, you be like, man, okay, then. But at that show there, yeah, I had it either way though. Phil could have won, Ian could have won.
Yeah. But to me, I don't know. What do you think, Arntz? Because to me, like there are some bodybuilders that come out and they just have that wow factor, like a Samson or a Nick Walker. They come out and you're like, boom, you're like, holy shit. Where Ian really never, well, maybe it's just me. Ian doesn't do that for me. But it's just when you continue watching his posing and he poses and he squeaks by that guy and he squeaks by that guy and he squeaks by that guy. And before you know it, he's in the top 2, top 3 before you talk to him.
Ian's one of those guys where he looks good in the individual pose. In transition, things get lost a little bit. And that's why it's easy to overlook him. But in the individual poses, he pulls it off.
Yeah.
He pulls it off. And some of his not better qualities, in certain poses, he gets over on having them, just the way he holds a pose. So he's a perfectionist at holding his body to complement his structural flaws.
Yeah.
But again, dude, all these shows, it's relative to who you're standing next to. I've seen Ian look great, but then you put him in a different lineup, you're like, all right, now I see where he's down a couple spots. Depends who he's standing next to.
All right, what do you guys think? Who do you think's winning this New York Pro?
The guy that gets first. I'm gonna go with him.
You're an ass.
The guy that gets first place will definitely be the winner.
Well, if Tonio's doing it, I think Tonio's winning.
We
what do you
don't
guys
know.
think?
You can't say.
Why not? Then why do we have a podcast? Let's just fuck it. Let's talk about
There's guys that have a better shot than others. Sorry about. There's guys that have a better shot than others. but it all depends how they show up, man. You know, it's
Yeah. It's who
Yeah.
shows up on show day, man. I mean,
yeah.
I think it's going to be a surprise. I think it's going to be a surprise and shock. I never ever like, even though when people do the picking, even though I hate, speculating who's going to do what and all that. I just hate it because we're bodybuilders and we're all doing our best to bring the best package. And some of us emotionally sometimes can't handle. They say as bodybuilders we should be able to handle the positive and the negatives, but honestly, tell you the truth, it really affects. I mean, even Tonio was going through that. When I spoke to him last year when we were on a podcast, and he was like, he used to stress, like he sees all these top names, and now he gets concerned and nervous. And I was like, dude, man, I've never been nervous. I've always picked shows with top guys. I really didn't care because it's only going to let you know where you're going to stack up if you could go against the best of the best. So you block that out and just put the work in. But I think it's going to be a surprise. I think between Nate, Stu, Tonio, it's going to be very interesting. It's who's going to bring the best, and I don't want to count out Swanson either because what I mean, he shocked the world last year, and came in I think fifth or sixth, and that was a pretty decent lineup, and that was just because of his conditioning. Now he made some improvements. His shape might not be that well, but I just think it's going to be definitely a mix between 1 and 4 with those 4 guys. It's going to be very, very interesting. I don't think nobody's going to come in there, and I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be close. It just depends on who brings it.
Okay. All right. That was a good summary. I'm still going with Tonio. Somebody's got to be the prick. I'm still going with Tonio, and I'm going with Nate in the number 2 spot.
Yeah, you got to look at what each one of them bringing something different.
Yeah, I mean, once I see them on stage, then I'll actually be able to tell you if better. But
Well, then what the fuck are we predicting it for? What's different?
because it's fun and we're supposed
Of
to be.
course, when we see him on stage, he's not in shape, dude. He ain't gonna pull it out.
And we're supposed to be placing bets, but I don't.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not doing that ever again.
I'm
Yeah.
tapped out.
So Phil, last time we did the Honor Classic, we did a rundown of who we thought that in the top 10. And at the time, Carlos and Nate was with us. They weren't prepping or whatnot. And and we said, okay, whoever wins is going to get it. We're all gonna chip in and buy the guy whoever wins something, right?
Right.
So we at the top 10. The winner of the top 10 went to Danny. So we sent them a hat that said "Show us your butthole,"
Yeah, what the fuck?
and then we sent them a ski mask that said "What was it, Daddy? Yes, Daddy."
Mask, did they say that? No, there was a shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Ski
shirt.
mask didn't say anything.
Oh, so it was like more like I don't know. I might have screwed up. I was trying to pick what do you call? What was that guy from Pulp Fiction? The Gimp mask,
The
the
gimp.
Gimp mask with the hat that says "Show me your butthole," but apparently it's a ski mask. And then I'm pretty sure I sent you the other one that says "Yes, Daddy" on the front.
I thought
Yeah,
there
there was
was
something like that. There was something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe you know what? Next week. Maybe we'll do it next week.
Yeah, you have probably a better idea, but what I mean, like I said, honestly, because even the Arnold, I had my semi predictions, and I had no idea that Samson was going to bring it like that. So
Really?
yeah, you know what I mean. So I mean, everybody, listen. I love Nick Walker, and we're good friends. I mean, he trained when he was up here. We trained at a gym together. Great guy. We talk on Instagram a lot. The only thing was like he just came in so peeled. With Nick Walker, the physique he brought to the Olympia, I think he should have just kept that somewhat going into the Arnold. I think he came in too peeled, and then his legs went a little bit. You know what I mean? But his condition was. But I think he was nervous. I think he thought it was going to be him in the Giant Killer battling because Giant Killer comes ridiculously peeled. You know what I mean? So I think that was his aspect of it. I don't think he believed Samson was going to pull it out because of what he saw at the Olympia. But a lot of people think conditioning is going to win a show if you come in completely peeled.
Mhm.
That is not the case. They want a mixture of everything. So you
Right.
can be really conditioned, but then missing some spots and a little bit of shape and flow and symmetry, and you're going to get beat out. But in your mind as well, I was way more conditioned than him. He should never won. but they're looking for a complete. Now I'm learning my lesson. You just got to really pay attention. But at the end of the day, with the different judges, Tyler judges different. Steve,
Right.
he's real. You're going to get what you're going to get with Steve. And it's just straight up. I've never judged or complained with Steve Plaisance ever when he judged me, ever. You know what I mean? So it just depends who's going to judge, and it depends what that judge is looking for. I mean, that's what it is, man.
Yeah. Samson's shape is amazing, and he put on a lot of size working with Milos, and his conditioning was good enough. And he was, for that show, he was the full package. So that was really it. All right, gentlemen. Phil, thank you very much for joining us, man. I will send you over. I'll tag you on Instagram when everything comes out. I'll send you over the video when it comes up. And we'll probably see you guys next week back on MD, and that'll be the show before the New York Pro. And then we'll see everybody at the New York Pro. You going to the New York Pro, Phil, or no?
Me, no. When I prep, I don't go anywhere.
I don't blame you.
I think if it's televised, I'm gonna watch it. But nah, man. Right now I'm just in the zone. I'm staying home.
All right.
So
cool.
I'll watch it on TV.
All right, sounds good, fellas.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me, Bo. Keep it real, man. Thank you, guys. I appreciate your time. All right,
Course, Phil.
all right, man.
We'll be in touch later.
All right, take care.